Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dope Dichotomy podcast.
It's so funny how it goes.
I know, right?
And go.
All right, so as you can see, it's the first time I have a green screen. I got an engineer. It's like really dope stuff going on. So we're just getting used to it. So forgive me if I'm looking all around because I'm trying to remember where to look. But I am here. Oh, no. My phone volume is on. Hold on. Let me turn that down before I get embarrassed. All right. I am here with comedian Richard Wwe.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
I had the pleasure of seeing him perform live at one of my friend Zoom's comedy specials, and he was mad funny. So I definitely wanted to invite him on so we can kind of kick it, learn more about him, and then discuss various topics.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I've been wanting to do this for a while now.
You're welcome.
I finally made it.
Thank you.
No, thank you. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed.
Okay, so can you tell the audience a little bit about why you got into comedy and where you're from, things like that?
Like why I decided to be a comedian. I don't know, man. I just like letting people laugh, you know what I'm saying? Like making them laugh, bringing that kind of joy out of somebody. I don't know. The only story would be that Eddie Murphy was doing the Raw one when he did Raw.
I grew up on that.
That was the first comedy special that I ever watched that was like dick
that was your
suck,
first? Oh.
Dick, suck, fucking ass, pussy.
You didn't get
Hey, Norton, come fuck me in there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I saw that and I just laughed. I was bawling laughing.
Lillian cannot use the phone. That's one of my favorite comedy specials of all time. That and Delirious.
To this day. I mean, that was crazy to me. I didn't really back Delirious like that. I loved Raw.
Okay, but you're a little younger than me. Did you run after the ice cream truck when you was little?
Of course not. The ice cream truck knew we had money. He was like, let me get this fat kid's money right now. I related,
like, your mom telling you can't have something, and she's trying to remake whatever the food that your friend's getting from a fast food joint, you know? But Raw is my favorite. A lot of people, Delirious is their favorite, but Raw is my favorite over top of Delirious, for sure.
Yeah.
So
I saw that, and that just made me want to, you know what I'm saying, keep pursuing it.
Yeah.
Like, I would rehearse his entire set for my friends, like, just messing around, like, on the corner, and we would just be sitting there, and I'd be acting it out, and Big Mac, and a chatty friend, and it was like, just to do it and have my friends sit there laughing at me do his routine, yeah, it really made me want to do it, though.
Made you want to.
Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
Clinton, Maryland.
Clinton, Maryland.
301. Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
DMV. See, I be trying to represent the DMV and put on for the DMV. So if you notice, a lot of my guests, a lot of the clothing I wear is all from people, creators, designers from the DMV. This whole season, every piece of a t-shirt I wear will be a designer from the DMV, for sure. For sure.
That's love.
So, engineer. Can we get the chat on the screen?
I literally just posted a message.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see nothing.
Look up on the screen right now.
Join the chat.
Where? Where do you
Over
see
there on the TV.
Oh,
like,
I
yeah. It's right there though. It's not like it's further over there.
I know. I'm just getting used to it, y'all. Look at this. Tomorrow it'll be sunny skies. You know, that's what I feel like because it's like
there you go. Now
different.
You got your DMV, PG County.
PG.
Yes. What's up, Ray? What's up, Ray?
What they know? Forestville Mall Snickerdoodle. Yes, sir.
So Ray, who's just commented, he is one half of the WHL podcast, and I will be doing a special collaboration podcast with them next Sunday at 8. We'll talk about it a lot more at the end of this podcast, but y'all gonna look forward to that. It's gonna be dope. So my man Richard's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh yes. One for the cause.
One for the cause.
One for the cause.
We're gonna take a drink on that. Boom. All right.
Thank you. Do another one.
Hey, Eddie.
Yes.
The second half, Eddie is here too. WHL
Eddie.
Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all go follow, like,
What up,
subscribe,
Eddie?
all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
For sure. So we'll get a little bit more into comedy towards the end, but for now, because we're going through 2020, which has been wild as fuck. Right. I want to talk about some topics.
Okay. What's up?
What's up, Travis? My brother.
He said Iverson Moss. It's the same cookie, man. It's the same damn cookie, okay? I'm tired of that war. It's the same cookie.
Thanks for tuning in, Man. Kimberly, what's good?
Much love, y'all.
Man from DC, Northeast in the house. That's right, Northeast. So I want to start with the topic.
Okay.
And you guys feel free to comment out there, but I haven't gotten into it yet. There's a lot of stuff that has happened since I've been on my break before season 2. And one major thing is the developments with Kanye. Okay. Woosah.
Well, okay.
So, in your opinion, and I'll give mine after,
Okay.
is Kanye really, what we're seeing with Kanye, is that mental illness mixed with creative genius? Is that the Kardashian curse? Is that strategic branding rooted in capitalism?
Actually, I'm glad that you asked that question in particular with Kanye, because there is both. You know what I'm saying? You can't act like there's not both. There is creative genius, and there is what was the other
Mental
one?
illness.
Mental illness.
Yeah.
It's two in the same, really, but I don't know. Like I don't listen to none of the new shit Kanye is saying, but some of his older
We try
things,
to, like, just-
I got to put that shit over there because you can't get tagged into that. You know
I
what
only
mean?
recognize college dropout Kanye.
Oh, bugs. Who dare? What other shit is that a list? Like, no,
Facts.
man. No. So, I mean, at that time, I think, okay, let's take his stance on, Republican and all that, his Democratic belief. I mean, his political beliefs. Me personally, there is a systematic system where I don't know how to put it. It's not how Kanye puts it. It's how he's
Delivers
yes,
it. Yes.
I'm sorry, but
he just so when Snoop said it on the Breakfast Club, like a couple years ago, he said Kanye needs to sit down with some black aunts. I knew exactly what he meant. He meant he needs to have women in his family that have known him since he was a child to look at him and be like, "Oh, you bugging. I know what you mean, but the way you're
take that frying pan upside his head
like
and
you are
shit.
bugging, right?"
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I believe it's all of what I just named. I believe he does have bipolar. He's admitted to that. Nothing wrong with that. Bipolar people tend to be real lit. I'm not even gonna lie. Everybody who I know who's bipolar is very fun to hang around. They have issues where they go into a depressive state, and that's definitely probably really hard to deal with.
No,
of course.
no, man.
But in the normal realm, they are actually really cool. I'm not. That's just my experience.
No, call it what you want to call it. The dude is just ego tripping in my place.
But
when he does the outlandish shit, he's just ego tripping.
That's strategic marketing.
Okay, well there you go.
I'm saying it can be all of it. I think that he does have the bipolar. I think that he knows exactly what he's doing with strategic marketing. And I also think that we have to acknowledge that there is a Kardashian curse. The men who go in that house do not leave the same.
You know what it is about the Kardashian curse, though? I think we use that word wrong. It's not, in my opinion, it's not a curse. It's a handbook. It's a Kardashian handbook. They get these guys, they set them up down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They notice they have issues and problems, right?
Ooh,
so what
I
they
didn't
do
think about
is
that.
they pick these egomaniacs and they get them. They so self-absorbed. They go crazy. They send them to Dr. Shaloop Doop. Shaloop Doop gives them the go to sleep pills. Go back to sleep pills.
Not Shaloop dude.
I don't know no names out there, but they go get the pills from him, and then they start turning their brain into shit, man. And they love it because it only creates publicity. Like we're just so hungry for the publicity, and we want it too. We be faking like we don't want this shit to happen to Kanye. We be the first ones ready for Kanye to do some shit so we can go on there and talk about it. The girl that did the joint where he was talking about Harriet Tubman, she put her own emphasis in the video. Yo, we about to leave right now. She wanted to be a part of the show.
So you think, but he knows that.
Of course.
So he knows that, which is why he can sell socks.
Yep.
For
and that's why I say
$40-something.
skip me with all of the bipolar bullshit.
But there can be more than one thing going on. I do believe he has mental illness, just the way that he reacts. But on the other hand, I feel what you're saying, because we have to acknowledge the fact that we only hear from Kanye when he has a project or a clothing situation coming out. So if you were really bipolar, like I have a lot of friends who are close to me who are bipolar. You can't. It's not like, oh, I'm about to launch something at my business. Nah.
If he
When
was
they feeling it, they
bipolar
go.
for real, we would have been seeing him in a random ass schoolyard getting whooped on by some fucking 15-year-old boy, like we seen
Don't be
Cat
talking to
Williams.
Cat Williams.
Like we would have
Look,
seen Cat Williams do
look.
time in and time after. That's bipolar.
What we
right
not
there.
fitting to do is
Just because you dye your hair blonde and go stand next to Donald Trump and get there screaming at a micless protest, a micless campaign rally. No, you're not bipolar, yo. You want the attention.
So people who know me know that everything that I've said about Kanye has played out. I said that he was going to try to eventually run as somebody in the government or president, and we are seeing him test the waters on that. I think he's playing with us right now, but he's testing the waters.
Trump did the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is which he's getting the playbook from him, I believe.
That's true.
Which is the reason
Okay.
why Kim is working so hard to free certain people. I get it. Like I'm cool with it, but it's strategic. I can see it, right?
Yeah.
My thing with Kanye is, do I want him to become president? No. I definitely, make no qualms about it. I don't like who we have right now. I won't even get into that because that's a whole show.
But let's be real though. You know what I'm saying? We already know that the presidency, it's nothing but it's a show. It's a
Of
game
course,
show.
There's people
It's a game show.
controlling the president. For sure.
Your celebrity stat. That's what it means to be president nowadays. Is how high you are up on the celebrity status chain.
But this is, we're like on the Celebrity Apprentice for real.
And we've been doing that shit since like fucking Reagan. Wasn't he a movie star?
He was.
So
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Exactly. Teddy Roosevelt was probably in a fucking play or some shit back in his day. So
Not Teddy. He said, turn off the
like
light.
many, you know what I mean?
So, what I would think with Kanye, like y'all hear me now because y'all gonna think I'm tripping. Cat was on that booger sugar.
True.
Look, Ray, don't be talking about Cat Williams. First of all, I have been to so many comedy shows, and his show is put together so amazing because all the openers are amazing.
Right.
Like, makes
That's
your
true.
stomach hurt. He is
That's
amazing.
true.
I
But
feel for him.
Is that
Man, Hollywood came from Cat. Y'all ain't gonna look.
is that strategic?
One thing I don't allow is Cat Williams slander or Mariah Carey slander. Are they messy as fuck? Yes. Am I still gonna back them? Can Mariah Carey not dance? Yes, but she can sing octaves that your dog can only hear.
I'm gonna see the next Cat Williams special.
Okay,
I'm gonna go see it.
We're gonna see it.
Yeah.
So what I feel about Kanye is this. This is my take. I believe that he is doing all of those things, but I believe that Kanye, if you know about his background, his parents were in the education system and professors.
Yeah.
Kanye, when he's in his right mind, has a lot of innovative thought, which is why he hangs out with like Elon Musk and people like that. I believe if he's in his right mind, he would be a good advisor to our government, not president. And I'm going to tell you why. In education.
Okay.
Because he has new thought. Right now, all throughout the country, we have people deciding whether their children are going to go back to school or virtual learn. Most people are doing 100% at home virtual learning.
Yeah.
I think as Americans, as the American public school system, if it was my dream, they would take this time to train all teachers. Give them a test, assess them, train them. Are you a tactile learning teacher? Are you an audible learning teacher? All those different things, and so that we can really teach children based on their learning style. I think that Kanye would be a person who would implement that. It would sound crazy, but these kids need to go to this school and they're going to be doing clay molding. And people are like, what? But that's how people really learn. So I think he would be great in creating new thought because our public school system is trash. Like it really is.
But I mean,
It really is. It's etch a sketch. It's everybody remember. Everybody etch a sketch. Everybody's same. Doesn't
blue
matter.
F to the word Fox.
Doesn't matter if you're from a different culture. Doesn't matter if you're white, black.
This is
if
what it
you're-
is today.
if you're
Shut up and
poor.
learn it.
Yeah, just shake, remember,
Yeah.
and learn. And that's not how people learn.
That's true.
So I think he could be valuable if somebody keeps him. He needs his black
I don't know.
aunties. I believe
but
it.
come on, do you really trust Kanye with your kids?
I trust him to give
If
new
Kanye went-
ideas. I trust him to give new ideas because no matter what he's done, and I'm very pissed about some of the stuff he's done because he's delivered it and without context. He's delivered it ridiculous. He's delivered it in mixed company.
Okay, so
You understand what I'm saying?
so what group or what county or what state of kids do we give Kanye? Because he cannot
I'm saying
have
I want want him to be an advisor.
We give him a school district. Let's give him like 3 schools.
Well, he can start with Chicago.
And we'll see. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much a good starting point.
Because the truth remains, if you change the educational system, if you change the community programs, then crime decreases, people progress. That's what the whole defund the police is about. It's not really about abolishing the police. It's really about getting the funds to where they have been defunded, which statistically and on paper it creates crime. If you're not
it was in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It was in New Orleans.
If you take education and stuff away,
big reform.
and I believe in this country that education should be more innovative. We're in 2020. Why are we teaching kids to just remember and shape?
Because we have to pack them all together, and some kids are just slower than the rest of the herd.
Which is why my theory of training all teachers right now, when we have the opportunity during the pandemic to see which learning style they can teach to, and then taking children who, are in that particular learning style and doing that, it will be awesome. I have a client, I'm also a hairstylist, Salon Irie. I have a client, she's a teacher, she's young. You would think, oh, she's amazing. She came to the school district and rocked shit. People were like, what are you doing? She's learned how to appeal to different children based on their learning style.
Okay.
So she knows that if she has a classroom and there's a kid, and when she came, they told him, oh, this kid is bad. This kid can't read. This kid is da-da-da-da.
Right.
She knows that that kid is African American. That kid needs rhythmic learning. That kid may need a different type of learning style because we're rhythmic people. This kid who comes from more of a wealthier background may need more audible because they're used to a lecture style. Like she tailors her
But
teaching.
you got like 30 kids to one class. That's a lot of individual personalities.
I can't name her, but
Yeah.
she's doing it in a way she shouldn't have to.
Right.
But her goal is to be the head of the school board
That's dope.
and teach people. And I've always felt that way. And when she explains it to me, I'm like, that's what it is. None of us learn the same.
But you can
and
do
me
that.
don't learn the same. Me and the engineer over there, the individual people don't learn the
But
same.
what about giving your kid a test to see if he's slow or not? Do we not do that shit anymore? Because that's how you find out what class he's supposed to be
but
in.
slow based on what?
Based on the grades, how the rest of us think. What you
But
mean?
the grades are based on one
How
particular.
every person thinks. Yes, the school system is fucked up, but it's the school system. You can't
you can-
wish it to be something new.
But the testing is culturally biased. We've known this since the 80s.
Right.
If you have a test and you're giving it to a person who is poor, remember that Lean on Me where it said, what kind of breakfast do you have? If you're growing up and you don't have no breakfast but some water and honey
Right.
smacks and Mona over here got chicken and
Right.
waffles,
Fruit
we're gonna
cocktail.
we're
Yeah, I got
gonna
you.
circle
Yeah.
something different. So
Right.
anyways, I don't want me to get on my education bandwagon, but I think this is a great opportunity for America as a whole to reassess how we teach children. These kids are setting up Twitch accounts. These kids are talking to multiple friends on the screen. We need to do something
I'm
different.
50-50 though. If you're sitting at home with your child and your child needs to learn, then you need to sit the hell down with your child and teach them yourself too.
Oh, of course.
That's let's not take away from the parents. Parents love to throw the school systems under the bus, but you know what I'm saying? Now, this is your one shot that you got to show that if you were sitting in class with your child, he would be a fucking all-star.
Well, my kids are intelligent gangsters. So
Okay.
So I already do that.
Right.
My youngest son has been asking to be homeschooled. He told me, and I quote, "I learned more from you. I would love to be homeschooled." So we about to see. He think he gonna get off. we about to see.
Right.
So yes, Ray, we need more black educators for sure. We definitely do, because you need people who understand the cultural differences. When you understand the cultural differences, you understand why Malik is behaving a certain way with a subject matter than Brian.
Right.
And you can tailor that to both of them.
But
Definitely.
now you got a system that's underfunded and understaffed. So
Which is where defunding comes in.
Okay.
Which I'm going to be doing a 3-part series on racism, starting week after next. And I'm going to talk about that because there's a lot of misconception with that. But that's why the reason why a lot of these issues continue to happen, and especially in like cities and rural areas where there's not a lot of money, is because the education system has been defunded. People think that word is like crazy. It's going on every day. You just don't know.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely.
You just don't know it. We tend to give money to things that
We spend more on war.
on force.
Yeah.
But the data shows
Of course.
that if you pour into education, if you pour into all these other things, then
Because Dr. Shockaloo is has been in on the shits too. It's all a setup.
It's all set up,
It's
for
all.
real.
Yes.
For real. So, I want to also get into my next subject. I'm a hip-hop head. Do you love hip-hop?
I do love hip hop.
Do you love 90s hip-hop?
I was just getting into hip hop then. Like I was still like I had my baby years on, like Tupac and all that other stuff. Like I wasn't in it, but you know, I was more focused on wrestling and you know what I'm saying.
Okay, WWE or WWF?
WWF. Fuck out
Okay, WWF.
What are you talking about? That's when I stopped watching when they dropped the F.
Oh no.
Yeah, they dropped the
Look,
F.
I used to
yeah.
even watch the women, the Bahama Mama and all them.
What? Trish, all of them. Yes.
First of all, I'm really embarrassed that I used to watch female wrestling. Oh, I mean, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Grown men watch other grown men grab each other in their fucking underwear.
They do.
So it's a lot of homosexuality.
But nobody
going on.
talks about it.
It's
But
a
nobody
whole
talks
building of sexual, unresolved sexual tension all over the
Sexual
room.
tension everywhere.
Yeah, join the crowd.
So, shout out to Tupac. That's the quote that I have on my arm.
Okay.
Behold,
dope,
you know,
dope.
long live the rose that grew from concrete. But so I asked about the 90s. I know you're younger than me,
Right.
but in the 90s, a moment happened. Wu-Tang came out.
Oh, yeah.
And Wu-Tang was like, hey, we were like, hold up. They got martial arts films and they got all this stuff
Yeah,
and the production
sound
is
effects
crazy
and-
and whatever,
yeah.
whatever, right? Okay, cool. Then my man Raekwon dropped an album called Only Built for Cuban Linx. And
Yeah.
I remember this vividly. First of all, there was a purple tape. Y'all remember the purple tape? I got that joint from
The cassette
Waxy
tape?
Waxy Maxie's in Woodbridge, Virginia. Used to be right in front of the shopping center, right in front of Bayview. And I went and got that joint because my boyfriend at the time, his name was Blue Fly. He was from New Jersey.
Y'all had conversations on one phone call lines, just one line in the house.
We talked. He was like, hey, I'm listening to Raekwon. And I was like, oh, I've heard of Wu-Tang. I like them. Okay. But I wasn't really into it like that. He was like,
Right.
yeah, that purple tape is where it's at. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Man, that joint changed so much. Like, first of all, if you know, you know. Incarcerated
Okay.
Scarface still is in rotation to this day.
Okay.
Ice Cream is still in rotation. Glaciers of Ice is still in rotation. I mean, so that album is such a classic to me.
Right.
I would probably, if somebody said what are my top 5 hip hop classic albums, I would definitely put Only Built for Cuban Linx.
And this is what, the 25th?
This is the 25th anniversary this year.
Right.
So Raekwon is actually releasing a documentary on the whole album.
I
which
would
I'm
love
so
to watch
excited.
that, yeah.
It's going to be dope because back in the day, when you're old like me, you remember, there was some beef because they say on the album, Ghostface, on one of the skits, he says people were biting off of Nas's album and stuff like that. He's referring to like Biggie and there was like this little controversy or whatever.
Right.
But that album is super dope. He's also releasing the vinyl, which my
Selling you the
birthday is
same
December
shit you had.
16th.
Okay. When is it again?
December 16th.
Okay.
So if you want to buy me something special, music is the way to my heart.
It's gonna change by then, but
Music is always going to be the way to
no,
my
I'm not
heart.
talking about. I'm talking about what
Oh.
you're gonna want for your birthday. That's gonna
Well,
change.
I want Only Built for Cuban Linx vinyl, but I mean, I can get some of my own,
Exactly. Now that I really think about it, Cuban Linx was alright.
I mean, I'm not out here asking for Birkin
I'm gonna
bags.
tell you
I ain't got
that.
an OnlyFans page, you know what I'm saying? But that album was so influential, and I know you were younger,
Right.
because you're a little younger than me, not
Yeah.
too much. You know, I'm not cougar status on that, right?
You should be even if you were a cougar, be happy about that shit. I'm exactly what you talking about. Young niggas love cougars. Y'all don't want a whole lot of attention and shit like that. Like a good evening and maybe a conversation or two. These young ones, man, they want your soul. So
First of all, I'm a different kind of cougar then, because
Okay.
I want everything. You better pay attention to me. But the thing is, I don't even have to want it. I'm Erykah Badu with this, so it's okay.
Okay.
What's up, Terrence? I see you watching. So everybody just look out for that documentary that Raekwon is bringing. One of my favorite rappers of all time is Ghostface. Ghost is definitely featured on Only Built for Cuban Linx. So cool.
No, I watched it. I had the opportunity because it's like I like that kind of genre of hip hop. I do enjoy it sometimes, but it's like the beats be so repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Like my hip hop is like you got Kanye West and T.I. Like the beats would just go up and down, left and right, and they would actually flow in accordance to that. But like that Ghostface, I mean not the Ghostface, the Wu-Tang and all of that New York upstyle style. In the beginning, it was very mainline. The beat was very mainline.
What's up, Zoom? I see you out there.
Zoom.
Hold up. Did he just say the beats was repetitive?
The beat, I'm talking about throughout the entire song. Not each song was repetitive. They did have their
Are you
own.
questioning RZA's production?
Each track had a different sound. I'm not saying all of his tracks sounded the same.
Okay,
now dive into that one individual track, right? There's a beat, there's a loop, there's a whole sound wave that he creates with that one track. That track doesn't deviate. He made it one time and then just copied the rest of the beat until he had a hook.
I see what you're saying. There's no but at the time that was the amazing production of RZA, because the beats didn't have to change so much because they were so grimy.
Right.
Now, if you're looking for a Travis Scott,
I come from an ADHD hip hop. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Sicko Mode has like 4 different beats. How do you even dance to that?
Exactly. But no, I mean it's one emotion throughout the whole song. You can listen to a Kanye West All of the Lights. The beat will still sound the same, but you will have like 4 different emotions in that song.
Yeah, you want to be able to turn up in a moment.
Exactly. But that is we just doing hip hop on this sick ass beat right here, and that's it.
You know what it is? Because in our golden era of hip hop, the lyricism was more important.
True.
So they didn't want to have beats that overshadowed the lyricism. Whereas now,
as long as the beat tight, your lyrics don't have to be anything. That's true.
Orange black hat.
You can mumble. Yeah. You can fucking mumble, and you can say no words at all, and it will still be smashing. So yeah.
Come see me. I'm sitting outside with the bats.
I would say like y'all era is more like Nintendo to
Do you hear this disrespect?
It's more like Nintendo to a PlayStation 1 guy. You know what I mean? Like I respect Nintendo, but I'm a PlayStation 1 guy.
It's more like the code that you absolutely need to even get to the new PlayStation that's coming out right now.
That's very true. That's very true. So I don't disrespect, but I'm just saying when you ask me, am I getting the Cuban Linx 25th? Yeah.
You see what that says? RZA killed it. Thank you, Eddie and Ray. RZA production skill is underrated in my opinion. No. Thank you. And we saw when he went up against DJ Premier during a versus battle,
there's no problem with that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish y'all well. What do you mean? I wish.
Why you acting me dying?
That's it. I hope all your AARP cards are paid up to date. I'm happy for y'all. What you talking about?
Man, if you don't go sit down with Amigos somewhere.
Like, y'all might actually get to see Social Security. Like, I'm not hating on y'all. Like,
but the thing is, look at the golden era of hip hop.
Right.
It was lyricism really mattered, so stretching your brain mattered.
That is important.
It wasn't as much corporate influence. We definitely brought in the corporate influence. When that corporate influence happened, now they're just taking anybody and everybody. And while the younger generation has passion, and I like some of the music for real, I really rock with Roddy Ricch. I really rock with Lil Baby. I really rock with the Baby.
Yeah.
But am I growing from it? No.
Not at all.
One thing I can say about 90s hip hop is hip hop changed my life. Like, this is tatted on my arm because Tupac encouraged me to start becoming a reader. And that's when people go, oh, you're so intelligent. I've never been to college. I'm all self-taught, and that came from hip hop. Nowadays, if y'all know some new rappers who are encouraging people to read books like Art of War and Behold a Pale Horse and The Miseducation of a Negro.
A lot of these, especially these new toony only for radio guys, a lot of them are educated. No, they are. Right. But that's where I see the corporate influence, because the Baby is very intelligent. Right.
He's still hood to a point where he keeps getting in trouble, but he's going to grow past that.
It's what's selling.
It's what it is. Yeah. But he has already said, I can rap about all kinds of other stuff. I know what sells. I'm going to show y'all later. Right. A lot of these people are keeping things on the back burner, for sure. Plies, Jamie Foxx said it. When he saw Plies in person, Plies' whole demeanor changed. And he was like, well, yeah, we're going to go out there. Yeah, but if you know Plies is like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of them put on a front. Whereas, though, in my golden era, I feel like it was a little bit more authentic due to there wasn't as much corporate structure. I'm happy with the corporate structure. I'm happy that we're creating billionaires and millionaires and all that good stuff. I just don't want these the younger generation of hip hop to not get any food, which they do. Kendrick, J. Cole, Wale, Chant. We have people who get food.
Right, exactly.
But there's a lot of
because the kids are young. Kids are young and kids are stupid. They want to dance to something young and
I
stupid.
be dancing to it too.
I mean, it's good workout music. It
I
should
be
get you hyped.
dancing to it. I be shaking a little something.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I
so
feel you.
It's hype music.
So the next thing I want to talk about, because you are a comedian, is Monique versus Netflix. So for a long time, especially like last year, maybe
2 years ago, yeah.
Everybody clowned Monique.
They did.
They clowned her. She was saying that Netflix was not being fair in the pay of black entertainers compared to their talent and their viewership. She was comparing herself to Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Different people like that. There are some people she compared herself to that I don't really find funny, but I love comedy, and comedy is subjective.
Amy Schumer, who's a joke thief, but you know.
Oh.
Sometimes you gotta put asterisks in motherfuckers' names.
Comedy beef.
Sometimes you just gotta put the asterisk. She can be a good, successful, whatever. I don't care, but there's an asterisk next to your names.
All right, so she been stealing shit.
Yo, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she talked about that, which may be a reason why she named her
right, 'cause she
specifically. Yeah, Amy Schumer might have stole some of Monique's jokes.
Yeah.
But everybody at the time felt how I felt. I'm gonna admit it. You're not Dave Chappelle, and you're not Chris Rock. Stop bringing up their name because you're not on that level. But you are talented. You're amazing. But I look for Monique more as an actress than a comedian. Her comedy is funny, but I wasn't a huge Monique fan, and this may be something with me. But
have you ever seen her live?
I've never seen her live in person. I've definitely went to a lot of comedy shows, as you know, but never her.
Right.
To me. Look, she don't even know I'm about to do this. The funniest female comic I know that my type of humor is Kristen Savellis from Virginia Beach area. She has made me laugh in person, all that good stuff. As far as Monique, she's funny, but it's not like, oh, she's my Dave Chappelle, she's whatever. So I kind of like dismiss. I feel bad. I dismissed what she was talking about. She was on the Breakfast Club calling her husband daddy. It threw me off. So I was like, okay, maybe there is something going on, but she tripping.
You know what people take away from Monique? I ain't gonna cut you off, but you know what people take away from her is that a lot of these comedians that are like on a Monique level, like they not all time high famous, but you know what I'm saying, they known and shit like that. You look at their specials, right, and you'll be like, man, that was okay. She was kind of funny and stuff like that, but it really comes down to seeing them live. Sometimes you go see somebody live and they can create an entire moment with you and a couple hundred other people in there. That's where she shines at to me. I've never seen her live, but I know you can't be at that level of success. She was imprecious. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be at that. That's what I'm saying. Can't be at that level of success
I'm not
without being able to create a moment for somebody. So I give her props on that.
What's up, Brittany? Brittany said, what? She's one of the queens. And then Eddie said she's movie funny. That's how I look at it, but...
Go see her live. That's
but we should go see her live. Because
yeah.
as a person who loves comedy, it's different live. I loved Mark Curry growing up. I loved him growing up. I loved his comedy specials that he used to have on HBO. But when I saw him in person, I was like, ah.
I got to perform for him one time. I opened up for Mark Curry one time. Yeah, Constitution Hall, off Bucks.
He is from start to finish.
Hey, we were smoking
Mark Curry is hilarious.
We were smoking weed in the back. I was like, Mark Curry?
Hang on, what's good?
Because I was helping him out. He was like, what's some ratchet ass malls around the area that people know? So I was helping him out a little bit. And he was like, man, all right, cool, man. I'm going to throw you a J and yeah, we're going to smoke some weed. I was like, all right, man, fuck it. Cool. I got a story about that later on, but we'll get to that.
Hold on. Who else have you worked with and opened with? Now, first of all, hold on. The night that I saw you, was that the night that Tony Woods was there?
No, Skiba was on that show.
Oh, he's funny as shit too.
He's
on my Facebook. Skiba is funny as hell too.
That dude, man.
Yeah,
funny worker, grinder.
Really funny.
Nobody grind like
DMV,
Skiba,
right?
Yes, indeed.
DMV. Skiba, definitely a funny comedian. I'm a little bit of a comedian groupie. Sorry. Comedy just makes.
Thank you. Whatever she's
so,
about to say. Thank you, yo. I understand already.
In my opinion, and anybody can quote this, there are 3 things that bring us together as humans, no matter what color you are, no matter what age you are. Comedy, music, and motherfucking food. Okay? So if we can sit down and have a dinner, we usually can have something in common. If we can groove to some music, if you don't believe me, go to a Bob Marley or any of the Marley's concerts. You will see people of every color grooving, offering to pass the joint. Like,
art,
what?
Man. I love
and
art.
then, actually 4. Weed. Weed brings people together too. Actually, it's 4.
Even the people that are against weed privately like weed. You
And
know
they
what I mean?
probably like the people who smoke weed, right? No matter what.
The federal government just isn't hurting that bad right now. Once shit hits the fan, watch weed be legal just everywhere.
It's, you already see it coming, but that's what it is. And they've made you think it's bad, but it really isn't. It brings everybody together.
Fucking communion weed at churches once again. I'm telling you. It's gonna be everywhere.
Why do you say chameleon?
It's gonna be chameleon. You walk up, pass it down the aisle. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Hell yeah.
But as far as Monique goes, do you think that, especially the black community owes her an apology because she got ridiculed? Like, and I was one of those people. I didn't ridicule her, but I was like, okay, then maybe the stuff she's saying about Amy Schumer is whatever, but look what Wanda Sykes got, and y'all just aren't on the level of Mount Rushmore type comedians.
I mean, I think personally that her reputation was tarnished.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When she had that big fallout with Oprah and all of those guys. So I think that was a bad starting point for her off the break. And then it's like we just kind of fell out of love with Monique because she definitely changed up. Like she lost weight.
Just her delivery.
You know,
she lost.
Once she got on that, what was that, BET show? Monique went from fuck you, suck my motherfucking, I don't give a fuck, nigga, to hello, my black brother. How are you today? I just love you so much, and I want to give you so much love and joy, brother. And it's just like, who?
She started calling Charlamagne Leonard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got awkward a little bit with her. So we kind of just went towards, okay, Tyler Perry's still making movies, and we want to see Madea again. So we just gonna listen to them real quick. And then when she dropped the lawsuit, or she came out and saying that she deserved more, which it would have been fine, but you can't ask people to boycott Netflix like that. Not at that level.
So look,
Netflix?
Dave Chappelle can ask people to boycott Netflix.
You would take them a little bit more serious.
There's only a couple of people, and they have to be relevant right now.
Right.
Because Netflix ain't playing.
No,
First of all, Netflix just
no.
released Moesha.
Yeah.
I grew up on Moesha.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Everybody.
Netflix got girlfriends. Like, I'm
Power
sorry.
moves.
Yeah.
Power moves.
I don't know who.
That's how you do it.
I don't know who is on the board at Netflix, but let me tell you something right now. Whoever's on the board has to be innovative and young, because I watched Netflix go from me getting some disc at home to completely obliterating Redbox and On the Run DVD because they knew, okay, we have a service. Streaming is the future. Boom, let's do streaming. Oh, we're going to go ahead and create some original content, and we're going to make it lit. Okay, boom. Yeah. We're going to bring you every documentary, every murder story you want to. They brought back Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah.
The joint that used to scare me. Look, the engineer saying, yeah.
Yeah. No, real talk.
So they brought the Tiger King, which was a hot mess, but nobody could stop watching it.
Couldn't.
There's an open investigation against Carol Baskins. It was fucking Carol Baskins, right?
The Aaron Hernandez joint?
That was so
Come
good.
on. And I'm supposed to give all of this shit up for Monique? I'm supposed to give that shit up? I'll give $12 before I, no.
Yeah, she was chasing after Professor Ogilvy. I'm not going to do it.
That's where we had the issue with. You're not going to have us boycott
It's
Netflix.
the person, though. I have to. If Dave Chappelle was like, look, we ain't messing with it. I find him so intelligent and so forward thinking and so fair in his thinking that I would definitely be like, all right, Netflix, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this jailbroke Fire Stick I got and look up whatever I want to watch.
I still don't know, man. I still don't know. You can't let it go? Even if Dave Chappelle said it. And I'm sorry to be this way, but it's the truth.
It's the Ozark, isn't it?
No, it's
the Ozark. That joint is dope.
No, I'm sorry, because if you really think about it, and let's be for real, that Black people didn't even stop watching football after they made them get off their knee and go back into the locker room.
I did, because I'm about it. Y'all know I'm about it. Y'all know I'm about it. I'm sorry for y'all. Turncoats who didn't. But let me be honest. I wasn't really into sports in the first place.
Okay, but even if you didn't watch, people say, "Oh, I ain't watched." You at least kept up with the stats. All right, you was keeping track of where your team was in the standings the whole time.
Not in football. I wasn't really.
But I'm just saying though, like the average guy knowing the things that he.
Shout out to Colin Kaepernick.
Off bucks, real talk, for real. But that's a whole nother conversation. But exactly,
the truth is here. Dope Dichotomy.
Me personally, I think it may take a little bit more than Dave Chappelle to get people to stop watching Netflix.
You think so?
I believe so.
I believe
it's gonna take a lot. We love our entertainment.
So who? Barack?
No, I don't even think Barack Obama.
I think Dave Chappelle would get black people and white people to stop watching Netflix if he made a case.
I think Barack Obama can get a chunk of their viewership down.
Yeah, the older people.
Not even just exactly. You know what I'm saying? But even the African American community, he wouldn't get 100% of African Americans. No. I mean, he would get a percentage, but he wouldn't get. He would hurt Netflix.
Jay-Z.
He would hurt Netflix for real. Jay-Z still no.
So there's nobody.
I'm telling you, man. We worship television.
You know what it is?
It don't matter who's on.
Netflix has it set up pretty nicely, and for a moment there, I was mad at Netflix because they had so much B movie quality.
Right in the beginning, right? You was
I was like, I do not want to watch the Ginger Dead Man Part 2. Like, what are you doing?
John Wayne's second movie? Who gives a shit about this? Who wants to watch this?
But now, I mean, even Netflix is turning me on to all the African cinema. There's a lot of amazing African movies coming out of Africa, and it's like high quality. Whereas though back in the day, it like somebody was
somebody was over there with a
I need half. Like it was like
just find the shittiest areas to film. Just go there.
Now I've been watching some African films, and they're dope. And then all they gotta do is add in like the Bollywood stuff and all that, and then their original content is dope.
Right.
When they see us, what they did when they collaborated with Ava DuVernay is amazing. Like they create original content that was crazy and amazing. Tiger King was a hot ass mess, but I could not stop watching it.
But you know what the thing about that is though? That's Netflix for you though. Netflix will buy any fucking thing because they know something's gonna hit. And in TV, it's the craziest shit, the better. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So a gay tiger trainer? Oh my gosh! Right this way.
Let me tell you something.
Right this way.
When he stood up at his one boyfriend's funeral that he had got addicted to meth.
Right.
And he said in front of his mom that when he was sad, he would come in and put his balls on his forehead.
Slim.
I said,
Slim. Come on, man. You can't write this shit.
Is this what's going on in the world?
I can imagine the executive reading that shit and being like, he saw like, that footage and was like, after he started jacking off right there. Like, what did he just say at the funeral? Oh my gosh.
Speaking of which, I know you probably haven't, but have you happened to watch, it's on We TV, it's called Celebrity Marriage Boot Camp.
Oh no, hell no.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you up to date with what's going on.
Please.
I think my lipstick is caking, but if it is, you know what I'm saying, I try to look good. Yeah. So on Celebrity Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition, which the first season was lit, like for real, like it was so good. Soulja Boy, Little Fizz.
Oh my!
No, I know it sounds crazy, but it really exposes what's going on in their life. But anyways, this new season we have some people, and one of the couples is Tahiri, who used to be with Joe Budden, and Vado, who is like a B-list rapper. Well, that doesn't matter.
It sounds entertaining.
Yeah, it is really. But anyways, the other day on the show, they were arguing or whatever, and she got mad at him. You could tell she had alcohol, and she threw apples at him. He didn't do anything. He didn't react as a man. So later on, they went to go sit down, and when they sat down, I can't even remember what she said. She said something. She had already like demasculated him kind of and said that he's the brokest guy she's ever been with, whatever. She demasculated him, but I don't think she meant to. She was just, she's from Harlem. She's just talking. She's like Tiana Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Well, this was on national television. This dude stood up and he said something and went to her throat and choked her on national television. Choked her out. And the men who were in the room just sat there. These are all celebrities, all different celebrities.
Nobody did anything?
They did nothing. So Dr. Ish, this black doctor who's on the show, came and was like, that's unacceptable and whatever. But that's a hot topic right now. So the hot topic has been he was fouled for that. That was some sucker shit, whatever.
Right.
I want to bring in something different. I want to talk about women who put their hands on men or who do things violently towards men and expect not to get a reaction. I'm never saying that a man putting their hands or doing something to a woman is right as a female. I'm not. Y'all gonna kill me for this. I'm gonna be real. But as a human, you have a natural defense to protect yourself. He did not do that in that moment, but it stewed, and I think it worked with him. It worked on him, and he was like, "Oh, she just did this in front of national television." Blah blah blah, and he got up and he choked her. It's whack. He shouldn't have done that. But what are your thoughts on that? Because I do have a conflicting mode on that. Ray said her tongue cuts deep. I don't respect no man who put his hands on a lady. True. Clowns. That's my boots of Harry. You just like her because she got a fat ass.
Hey. I mean, in my opinion, I got 2 daughters. So if any man decides to want to put his hand on a woman, then this is the obvious rap on that situation. But however, females cannot hide under that narrative. I think some of them use that as a tool to fuck me up even further because you know that I'm not going to do anything to you. If anything, I tell players like this all the time. This is what I do. And I've had this recently, just in my own personal life situation. Same scenario, right? Well, not same, but a heated conversation leads to an argument or a fight like that, right? And you feel like she's coming at you. If she don't got a knife and you got a jaw, antagonize her to hit you.
And then call the police first?
No, because she gonna call the police once she realizes that ain't shit getting done.
Yeah, but if you let her call the police first, you getting locked up.
No, it's not.
That's how it has happened a lot
When
of
the
times.
police show up and they see this right here, and they see this right here, and they see that right there.
So make sure she hits
the
hard.
law is exactly. That's how you flip the script right there. Fuck all of this, and she. I don't get what the fuck is this shit right here. Sit right there and give her ass the 1-2 deuce. Backfired on your ass, man. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, there's no way that a guy should hit a woman. I don't care how she's acting, but you gotta pay. If I'm sitting here trying to de-escalate and you over here trying to inflame the situation, oh yeah, motherfucker, okay, yeah, hit me then.
And that's my point, because I think a lot of times because roles have within reason good.
For reason, right? It's necessary.
But I think I watch it. I watch women who pick and emasculate a man and just break him down to like this and will smack him upside his head in front of his homies. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever.
That's another experience. I've had that same experience.
Listen, there's counseling available, beloved.
I swear to God. I mean, I'm an asshole, so of course I've been in fights, you know what I'm saying? But I've never put my hands on a woman, and I saw that shit one night. It was my man, I haven't seen him in so long. He just came home. He's serving real quick. So he was home on vacation over there. We all sitting around taking shots and shit like that, and his girl just had a little way too much. So he made a comment. He made a comment, and like it was a joking thing, and everybody was laughing, chuckling off, and she got offended out of nowhere, but she was like, ha ha, no, and like smacked the shit out of him in front of the whole group.
And the smack is even different, because the smack is like baby powder.
A whole smack. Palm to the hand, whoosh this guy, and we all have to sit there like, like we did not just see this grown ass man get smacked the fuck out, and he has no reaction to it whatsoever.
So if he reacts and puts his hands on her, he's wrong, which he is, because men have more strength. But a woman, I'm just talking to you women out there.
Okay.
No matter how mad a man gets you, you need to keep your hands to yourself. Keep your apples to yourself.
Find us in the middle. Find us in the middle, okay? Can we at least pinch? I mean, shit, can we do something to afflict? Even a porcupine doesn't do nothing, but he still let you know, get the fuck off me.
In 2020, while the government...
Pinch.
No, listen, in 2020... while
Indian burns... Let me get something in. Twist Perfect Nurple or some shit. Let me get something.
Perfect Nurple.
Let me get something.
In 2020, while the government is acknowledging that the aliens do really exist, this is my advice. You can get really close to each other's face and you can yell, because the spit is going to go at each other, and it kind of puts a risk in because of COVID.
That's only going to work.
How far you can go.
That's only going to work if you got like super hot breath. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, you're not really going to.
If she is wild on you like that, she has Hennessy breath.
Let me pinch you, man. Let me pinch you.
If she's black, she has Hennessy breath. If she's white, she has either tequila or vodka breath.
Nobody ever gets traumatized or put in the hospital because of a pinch.
She's Mexican, tequila breath.
That's whoever.
Asian, sake breath.
The next president that say that shit, that's who I'm voting for. That's the one. Fuck all his other stances. That's the president. We can at least pinch women when we are in fear for our lives. Well, she got a whole knife.
With children in church, when they acting up, that's what you do.
You pinch them. Yes.
You pinch them. They might say a little something. Mom. You know, you pinch them. So, anyways, all jokes aside, but more jokes.
All right.
So, I want to talk about our comedy Rushmore. So, if we had a comedy Rushmore and we had 4 people on it.
Okay, 4.
4. I'm going to name mine, and I want to know yours.
Okay, cool.
Mine is Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
George Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last one that's tricky. Look, y'all gonna kill me. Cat Williams. Ain't nobody make me laugh like him.
On the Rushmore.
On the Rushmore. For me.
That was kind of like a prostate exam, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just kind of, I wasn't ready for it.
Oh, no.
Okay,
sorry.
Okay.
Cat Williams gets taken back to honorable mention.
Okay.
Bernie Mac.
Okay.
This is what I put.
Okay.
So, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, George Carlin, Bernie Mac. Eddie Murphy, pure genius, changed the face of comedy. George Carlin, Dave Chappelle, thinkers.
Right.
I love comedy that makes you grow as a
Right.
person. And you don't know you're growing until the joke's over.
Okay.
I love that type of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bernie Mac, because ain't nobody like Bernie Mac.
Nah.
There's never been a person like Bernie Mac, and we haven't seen anybody since.
I mean, he is one of the
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
He is, I mean, just so raw and just delivers himself to you 100%.
Yes.
I think I would have to put Richard Pryor. To me, I'm not really a big, like, super duper Richard Pryor guy, but for real, what he meant to that time, because beforehand,
Richard Pryor is a given. He's ahead of the Mount Rushmore to me. He's like the comedy god.
Okay, he was this coke and slept with some dudes, so he ain't.
He
You know
also
what I'm
caught
saying?
himself on fire, but he's
so
royalty.
he ain't the epitome of perfect perfection.
So Eddie said Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, Martin. Ray said Richard Pryor, Eddie, Fred Sanford, Paul Mooney. All good choices. All good choices. But to me, I'm sorry, I didn't put a disclaimer out there. Richard Pryor is the god of comedy.
Okay, right.
And
right.
Paul Mooney used to write for him, so I have
Right.
to put him there somewhat, but Paul Mooney is a little different because his delivery isn't the same as Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor has the
Right.
jokes plus the delivery. All right.
But see, me personally, I would like to spread it out to like the heavyweights
Okay.
of comedy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people sleep on Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, amazing. I'm an 80s baby.
For his time. You know what I'm saying? For his time.
Yes.
You may listen to Rodney Dangerfield, you be like, man, this is some Nintendo shit right here. But yeah.
Lenny Bruce.
Yeah.
You want to hear my Rodney Dangerfield theory? Well, not theory, but thought.
Okay.
Rodney Dangerfield
Right.
is the white comedian version, straight version of Little Richard. You know how you feel like, I don't get no respect. Nobody respects me. All that stuff. That's Rodney Dangerfield. It's like Little Richard, but in a straight white male comedian.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You're never gonna think about it the same. Also, Whoopi Goldberg has no eyebrows. You didn't notice it, but from now on you will.
You didn't.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
You didn't. Love Whoopi to death, but remember what the day you found out? You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen her.
You went back on tape.
I've never
I'll
seen
be
her.
damned.
Sister Act 2 will never be the same.
This whole time, you really can't watch another Whoopi Goldberg movie without noticing the eyebrows. For real. But
You in danger, girl.
I'll take Rodney Dangerfield of that time, since we already got that Richards out the way. Me personally, nowadays, I would definitely have to put. I mean, you want to put Dave Chappelle on there, and I do. You know, he's funny
I
as
love
shit.
Dave.
But if it's one person that had me laughing, like all throughout all of his specials, is Bill Burr.
Yes, he's dope too.
He is the one. Like I look.
He is dope and very underrated.
He fucks with your mind.
Yes.
You know what I'm like. So I want to put him up there.
Okay, so Richard Pryor, Bill Burr.
Right. And then a lot of people for real, just off of his ability to stretch a joke is Steve Harvey.
Oh, you lunching?
No. Okay. Here's my thing, and this is what comedians know off Bucks.
Okay.
It's not your joke, right? It's how long you can keep your joke going. And that's where people hesitate on realizing that Steve Harvey is a fucking genius in that space.
I think Steve Harvey is just not like, I don't know.
Granted, his material, I mean, for one, here's one thing. The dude shot a whole special at MegaFest where you can't cuss.
That's what I'm saying. I think he
shit
plays
takes
into
skills.
too much of that. Does take skills, but skills of not cussing. Y'all gonna laugh at me?
No.
Sinbad has an HBO special that will make you laugh to this day about getting butt whooping.
Sinbad is tough.
But Steve Harvey, to me, he plays it safe.
Like, okay, I'll tell you, like, I put it to you like this. Watch Steve Harvey and watch a Kevin Hart, right?
Okay.
Now, if you look at Kevin Hart's comedy, when he does a joke, the crowd is almost done laughing instantly.
Okay.
As soon as he drops that joke,
Oh, it's not like that gut
it's
punch
done.
that-
You know what I'm saying? But if you go and just listen, even if you don't like the joke like that, watch Steve Harvey in the 90s, right?
Okay.
Watch him hit one joke. Take a timer on your phone and follow how long that laugh goes on. The average person, your average headliner or whatever, he can probably do maybe about 45 seconds, right? Steve Harvey could keep a laugh going for 2 minutes straight.
Well, that's true. I'm not going to try to take away from him. I guess my brand of comedy.
Right.
So like, even if we watch like the original Kings of Comedy,
Right.
Bernie Mac.
No, yeah.
Mm,
But I can't go with the same.
you know.
I can't go with the same names you went with. That's boring podcasting.
I
you know what I'm
love
saying?
D.L. Hughley too.
Yeah, I mean, I was going with him too.
Did you?
Yeah, him and Mark on the
He
same
told me
show.
he liked my outfit that I had on.
He is a good dude, man.
He signed my book,
He a
How
good
Not to
dude.
Get Shot. And yeah, he's a good dude. He seemed like a really good dude. And I love what he's doing for our people for sure.
Yeah.
So where do you see comedy going in the future? Like with this, right now we are in a state where I feel like if I was a comedian, it would be hard to flourish because America is in such a politically correct but politically ass backwards state. That's the best way I can describe it. They do a lot of blatant fucked up shit, but at the same time, oh no, we can't say that anymore. Like it's like a twilight zone. So for comedians, I would think that would be difficult because I love comedy because comedy is the place that you can go and you may not even like the joke. You may not even like what's being said, but it's going to make you grow. It's going to make you question, well, why did I laugh at that? Why did I, How do you think that's affecting comedy today?
Honestly, I think that a little bit of it is necessary. Just because, you know what I'm saying, sometimes there are messages that are put out there. I mean, let's put it for real like this. Entertainers of any genre are influencers.
Yes.
On a major level. You know, like some of them are even more influential than presidents or world leaders. They have more influence over the people than those guys.
But comedy is sacred. I don't think y'all should be held to the same standards
It's
as everybody
entertainment.
else.
It's entertainment. We get on stage and we fucking
Howdy ho!
We're doing the same dance as everybody else. So, you know what I'm saying? And once you reach a certain level, you an influencer. Like, be for real, a lot of Americans are asleep.
Yes.
They have parrot mentalities. They see something on TV and then they go shoot the shit out of their mouth. So if somebody get on TV saying, "Oh, she was begging for it," you know, he may see that in a joke, but he'll go home to his neighborhood and rat. She was begging for it, rat.
They're
And then
going crazy.
and now he's sitting at a fucking Subway in the back behind a dumpster, seeing this chick throwing trash away. Maybe she was begging for it.
So you think that comedians should just keep doing what they're doing?
I think that there needs to be a medium between the two. There has to be an understanding on comedian side of what is really hurtful and how to be sensitive to that. And then the audience needs to meet us in the middle and go, you know what I'm saying, look at the contents of the words.
Of what's going on.
Because they miss the contents a lot. You know what I'm saying?
agree.
They look at the punchline, but they don't look with the words that got them to the
There are
punchline.
certain things that you don't come back from. Well, might come back, but the audience is not going to come back with you.
Right.
Kramer, Seinfeld. You can't go in a club and be like, "It was a nigga." It was a nigga. That's different. That's different in comedy.
The contents wasn't there.
Whereas though, me personally, the way that Dave Chappelle broke down the LGBTQ community was genius.
Genius. By
Where
none.
some people were like, "Oh," but I'm like, if you really understand comedy, he's
Listen.
not even against you. If you really
Right.
listen to it. So I get what you're saying, and I feel that.
Yeah, that's the curve. That's the curve that we need to get under. Is 50-50, understanding one another.
So we have a surprise closing.
Uh-oh.
For you.
Uh-oh. What is this? What's about to happen?
Something for you. It's birthday.
Oh,
bitch.
shit. Okay, here we go.
We have a surprise closing because you're turning
33.
33 tomorrow.
Right.
And what do you feel? Do you feel like your knees are starting to ache when it rains like mine? Or do you feel like forever young? Rod Stewart type shit.
Honestly, I feel like at 33, I feel like these are the years where the shit that I do matters.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The
sure.
shit that I eat, the shit that I drink, the shit that I smoke, the people that I fuck, all of that shit matters now.
All of it.
Because 20, 15 years from now, I'm going to be sitting there like, fuck, why was I eating all of that bullshit? Now I got diabetes in my 40s. You know what I'm saying? I got a busted kidney now. Right now.
But it tastes so good.
It do, but if you in your late 50s, you'd want nothing better than to go back and look at yourself and say, what the fuck was you doing? Stop that shit. Looking at yourself, eat a whole goddamn stuffed crust pizza.
I'm trying, y'all. I like to get fat girl wasted. I don't know.
If you look back in time, you would say, stop that shit. Oh, man, this is dope.
Happy birthday to you.
I was just talking about eating like shit.
You can put it right here.
Oh, shit. Look, this is late out. I'm going to get so drunk and eat this shit tonight. Oh, my God.
Okay, so look.
That looks so good.
I definitely was trying this. This is supposed to be a sparkler joint, so I don't know what's going to pop up.
It's cool. We good. There's enough space.
So, I need to sing the black happy birthday.
I'm with that.
Okay?
I'm with that.
So, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
You always got that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Can you blow this out? There you go. Boom. Hey.
Thank you so much.
So he has his
Appreciate
own
that.
because of COVID. I don't want to eat whatever he's blown on. You know what I mean?
Church. Even though I blew it in your direction.
I know you did.
It's not 6 feet, but you know what I mean?
Look, if I test positive in a couple of days, I'm coming to see you.
You get like 12% COVID. You know what I mean?
I think I had it in December. We'll talk about that later.
Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you for coming on the podcast.
Anytime.
I really appreciate
Have
you.
me back whenever. I had so much fun.
Thank you.
I really did.
I
Straight
appreciate
up.
that. So definitely tune into us next week. It's actually our time is going to change. From now on, it will be Sundays at 8 p.m. We are going to have the WHL podcast on. Mr. Ray and Mr. Eddie will be here with me and my typical co-host Mia. We're going to have a battle of the sexes. Ooh. We're going to talk about some stuff dealing with the sexes.
Now, can I call in for that?
You can.
Okay.
We're going to have a call-in number.
I'm calling in.
So call in, ask your questions. We're all very intelligent individuals. We can definitely speak on the fly. It's all good. I thank everybody who has tuned in. I see all y'all who have watched. I'm sorry if I didn't get to acknowledge everybody, but thank you. Again, this is Richard Wack. Make sure you follow him on all social media accounts, all that good stuff.
Indeed.
If he comes to the area, which I believe is going to happen soon because Zoom, my boy Zoom,
and not even
is about to get back into comedy here in Fredericksburg.
No, I just moved out here.
I know you did.
So I'm looking to plant my flag out here. So y'all.
So whoever wants Richard, you should come to open mic with me on Wednesday.
Let's do it. I'm gonna give you the information because you will set that joint on fire. For sure. I'm with that.
For sure.
Yes,
so I do my poetry and I'm like, hey, my friend Richard. My friend Richard's coming on.
Yes, sir.
One day I might do my poetry on the podcast. We'll see. The last poem I wrote was a little nasty. Eric heard it though. He heard it last week.
Look at Eric smiling like shit. Like, yeah, I heard that one. What was a little nasty about?
You want to come to my studio?
You know what I'm saying? Right. I'll charge you $9 an hour, and you can get off whenever you want. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, he came over to me and checked to see if I had any rings on my finger. I'm not. He said, "You can cook and you wrote that? Okay, let's see." All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. Please give us feedback. Let us know how you like the new format, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next Sunday at 8 p.m. with the WHL podcast. Thank you.
All right, guys.